cops. They snatched Famous and the bag with the money in it.
What? Don't look at me for no assist.
I got Italian problems, Nick, and I'm hearing that you got connects to them. Sound like to me he owe you, and you owe me. But you missed Warrell on purpose that night.
Told you I don't want to do that type of work no more.
I should just accept that you ain't down no more.
Grab that bag.
This might be just what you need.
Yeah, what's going on, fam? It's your man VACAY-J, and I'm back with another video. This is for Power Book 3, Raising Kanan, Episode 6, recap and review. And yes, I'm going to recap this episode up and down, in and out. Absolutely. And yes, we have been waiting for this episode right here. Yeah, episode 5 was cool. You know, it was a filler episode, but now this one is the turn up. So yes, we're going to break it down. Don't forget to check out all my episode recaps. And yeah, let's break it down right about now. All right, so the name of this episode is It's a Business, Man. Rock assures everyone they need to follow orders and keep working as planned. Kanan takes on more responsibility, but things go wrong when he runs into the neighborhood kids. Lou feels the pressure in his partnership with Crown. And that's right, Rock is definitely talking to the fellas, letting them know that, yeah, they're not going to take anything. They're going to make sure they get things going in Jersey, keep things going in Queens, and no matter what, they're going to make it happen. But your boy Warrell has another plan. And definitely he tells Rock, listen, your boy Neek has ties with the Italians, and the Italians, you know, he could definitely help out with this situation because the Italians are coming at Rock and trying to knock off Rock. So he's like, listen, Neek owes you and you need to holler at him, right? So we got Detective Howard. He's waiting for somebody. We don't know exactly who he's waiting for. Maybe he's waiting for Burke. Maybe he's waiting for somebody else. We don't know yet, right? So Rock is letting Kanan know, like, listen, he's the heir to the throne. Don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's going to be the general. He's going to be the one running the show one day. And he needs to be on point, more on point than everybody else. Now, we got your girl, Burke, and she continues to keep trying to find out things that are going on with the detective, right? Looking at his history, looking at all of that stuff. She finds a gap in a couple of years that he wasn't on the force. Maybe he was undercover. And that's what the guy's saying. Like, they don't put those records on file. They keep those records closed if somebody goes undercover. And Burke is on some like, yeah, well, he never told me he was undercover. I don't know why Burke continues to just keep prowling and probing. She needs to go sit down somewhere. So Howard, he is definitely waiting for someone. And it looks like they stood him up, right? Who could it be? Maybe it's Kanan. Whoever it is, he was waiting for a long time. He's kind of pissed off about the whole situation. But, you know, he has to do what he has to do, right? And it probably is Kanan. He was waiting for Kanan. Kanan stood him up. So now we see Rock and the fellas. They went to go see Neek, right? So Neek out the gate is going after your boy Lou. Like, yo, how did you miss Warrell? He's so big, you know what I'm saying? You had this Tech 9. And, you know, Lou's like, yo, it wasn't his time. He's like, nah. What I think you losing it, man. I think you losing it. And he's like, yeah, I could smell it on you. And Marvin's like, yeah, you smelling your bad breath, right? So Rock is like, listen, cut the BS. Listen, I heard you got ties to the Italians. And yeah, the Italians are coming after me. And he's like, yo, what you doing out in New Jerusalem? You know, that's New Jersey. He's like, yo, I got interest there and all this and that. He's like, well, you know, I got a connection with Marco, right? And Marco Baselli, you know, I saved him when I was in the pen. So maybe we can do something. She's like, all right, well, you going to ride with us? He's like, nah, I ride solo. And he's like, yeah, you know, I'll ride with you as long as I can sit next to you or whatever, right? So we're seeing that now, yeah, Rock is coming to him for help, and he knows that he's in a great position. Now we see your girl, Juke, and she is looking very, very pretty. Looks like Kenya is taking her out to shop, getting some new clothes, getting some dresses. She's like, yeah, you look like my daughter now. And they went to Lord & Taylor's. And yeah, look, Juke looks a little uncomfortable, but at the same time, she's looking real nice and she's kind of feeling what's going on. Your boy Marv is making moves. Now he's talking in these anger management sessions. So he is listening to the therapist. He doesn't want to go to jail, but he is opening up about his situation, how he's handling his anger, talking about the job and how people get on his nerves on the job and everything. And he's letting her know and letting the group know, like, he's trying. He's really trying. He's trying to do the breathing exercises and everything. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And, the therapist is reassuring him, like, hey, as long as you're trying, it's all good. So she's excited. Why? Because he finally is participating and trying all this stuff out. Now we see Juke and Kenya. They're walking down the street and somebody says, hey, Juke. And it's one of those booster kids that used to run with her when they used to go and steal those clothes back in the day, back in that first season. He's like, yo, what you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you looking nice, whatever. So she has bags of clothes and they're like, oh, you paying for stuff now? Yeah. So Kenya's like, what's your name? He's like, all right, Juke, see you later. You're looking good. She's feeling good about that. So now, instead of going to Jersey, yeah, Sal Baselli wants to meet out in Coney Island, right? So here comes Sal, and there goes Marco, who Unique saved in the pen. And who shows up? Neek is with Sal Baselli and the gang. So they all go over, and they're talking to Rock. He's like, hey, you know what? We're going to revisit this conversation. And yeah, we got Unique here. He asked me for a favor. So guess what? I'm going to do you a favor, renegotiate the numbers and everything, right? So while they're talking, you got Marco and Marv, and they're talking about, yeah, Eddie Murphy, he's out in New Jersey, da-da-da. And Marco's like, listen, I'm out in Scarsdale. I'm up in Westchester. He's like, okay, cool. So they agree. Rock puts out her hand. Yeah, Sal Baselli shakes her hand. He says, hey, you know what? It's good that you made that deal, but I got one more amendment to the deal. As far as that operation in Jersey, yeah, Unique is going to have to do it. He's going to have to run it. If there's no Unique, guess what? Can't run it. We're not going to have a deal. So she's like, hey, well, you know what? Just like you said, he's family to us too. So yeah, Unique is back in the game. And he's like, man, he's back on top. And we said that too. We said that, yeah, Marco is probably going to help him out. And yeah, it was Sal, his father, that helped him out. So, of course, Rock's like, yo, you and Warrell, y'all set this up, right? Y'all set all of this up, right? I see what you're doing. It's all about the long game. And your boy Unique is like, listen, I feel like I beat the buzzer on this one. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm back on top now. So now your boy gets a job to move the money to go from the spot to the bodega. But here comes the stick up kids, boy. Here comes this kid, Crazy Freddy. He got the strap on your boy Kanan, and he takes the bag which has the money in it, and he takes your boy Famous's chain. He's like, yo, it's street mathematics, man. It's nothing personal, right? So of course your boy Kanan is pissed off. He's mad because he never got robbed before. Famous is like, yo, that's just the way it is. And Kanan's like, yo, not for me. Now Kanan's gonna go after him, right? So now we see Cartier, he's talking to Rock, and he's buying a piece, an art piece, right? The guy taps him on the shoulder, says, hey, I need, a hand to take this artwork to the car. Cartier slaps the taste out of his mouth. He said, there's a hand, man. Listen, I paid for shipping and handling, so you better get that thing in my car right now and never interrupt me again, right? Your boy Cartier is on some like, listen, these guys, we got to keep them in line. We got to keep them in check. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all about making sure that there's no insurrection going on. So he's spitting free game to Rock. She's like, why you ain't, pushing stuff in New York? He's like, yo, it's too much, supply up here and everything. The margins are short. I'm down south moving my stuff. That's where I'm getting most of my money. So I could use it to buy the artwork and then clean my money. So he's putting her on to free game. He has no idea what Rock is going to do to take him out of the game. He better watch his back. Now we got your boy Lou. He's in the studio making beats on the MPC, right? It's an okay beat, but here comes Ziza. And Ziza comes in and she's like, yeah, Cartier said, if he doesn't hear my song, he's going to send me to somebody else, right? He's going to take me someplace else to get my song out there. And Lou was like, yo, tell Cartier, keep his ears to the radio. He's going to make it happen. Don't even worry about it, right? So she's like, oh, okay. But then she asked him, hey, listen, why didn't you tell me that was your niece's song? You know what I'm saying? Like, she came to my crib, came to my parents' crib. She rolled up on me in the whole nine. And she was like, yo, did she sing it better than me? He's like, nah, y'all sing it different. And she's like, well, when I sing, I'm thinking about somebody. And he's like, well, who you thinking about? Who you thinking about? And of course, she's like, you know who I'm thinking about. And she's trying to come on to your boy Lou. Lou, of course, is looking at her. They're looking into each other's eyes. And it almost looks like he's going to, definitely fall for the bait, but he doesn't. And he walks away. All right. We'll see what happens with that. Now we got your boy Kanan, and he's looking for some type of weapon to go after these guys that robbed him and Famous. So, Corinna's like, I don't got a knife. What you need a knife for? And the mother, Palomar, she's like, listen, never get in the way of a man trying to get his, tools for the kitchen. So she's like, I think you need this, right? Based on what you said. So she gives him a strap, looks at him in the whole nines, like, I don't want you to get hurt. And she kissed him so passionately on the cheek, right? So we're going to see what happens with that with Kanan. So Kanan and Famous follow one of the guys back to their spot, their apartment. And Kanan at this point is about to turn into the Kanan Stark that we know, right? So he rolls up on the kid as he's opening the door. They push him inside and the whole nine. Boom. Now you got Freddie. He got his hands up. He's like, yo, man, we saw the money. We not about that business. We was going to give it back. And your boy Kanan got the strap out like, yo, Famous, go get the bag. Make sure the money's in it and we going to be out, right? So he's like, yo, I'm telling you, yo, we was going to get the money back. And Kane's like, yo, it's a little bit too late for that now, Freddie, right? So boom, he takes the strap, knocks him right over the face. Bam, knocks him on the ground. Kanan is furious and starts wailing on Freddie. Boy, Freddie is going to never, ever rob him or anybody again after this because your boy Kanan is going in on him. Hardcore that his boy is like, dang, he ain't even helping. This kid is just watching. Ain't helping nothing. You know what I'm saying? Kane already put the strap away, but old man Quills is across the hall and he sees everything that's going on. Famous like, yo, we got to go. We got to go, man. We got to get up out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? They're going to call the cops, whatever. So they finally get up out of there. Kanan is ruthless for real. This is the first time we seeing Kanan come through on a ruthless level. Fred's boy just looking at him like, man, you got knocked the F out, right? Fred is laid out on the floor. He will never rob anybody again, right? So here comes Famous and Kanan and walking down the block and they thinking it's all good. Boom, cops roll up on them. Somebody obviously called the cops. So they're running the other way, right? And it's all good, but your boy trips over the garbage. Come on, Famous. Famous going to trip on the garbage and he got the bag on his back. Your boy Kanan, he runs through, skips through, goes through the alleyway to get away because there's another car on the other side. And yeah, your boy Famous got caught up. Dang. Not only did he get caught up, but he got caught up with the bag full of money. And that's Rock's money. So now we back at the crib and we see Rock talking to Marv. And yeah, they're talking about things and Rock actually finally has a conversation with Marv about Marv putting his hands on Jukebox. I'm like, why did it take so long for this to happen? She's like, yeah, out of respect for Juke, I was going to let y'all work that out. But when you put your hands on her, it's like you putting your hands on me. I raised her, so she's mine. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, yeah, I know I effed up. She's like, yeah, you effed up. But guess what? Now she's talking to Kenya. Kenya's back in town, so she's talking to her mother now. And Marv gets angry now because he didn't want that to happen. He's like, what? She's back in town? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's up with that? She's going to try to come in and, take advantage of all the work. Meanwhile, Kanan comes in crying and all this and that, like, yo, Famous, he got locked up. She's like, calm down. Breathe, let me know. Famous got locked up. We got to go get him, da-da-da. And Rock is like, yo, that's somebody else's kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that's your brother, but he got another mother. You know what I'm saying? So his mother need to handle that. And Kanan's looking at Marv like, yo, Marv, like, yo, we got to go get him. And Marv is like, yo, whatever she said, that's exactly what it is. Like, somebody else going to have to handle that. That's not our problem. Meanwhile, Burke is back at her crib with her ex-girlfriend or somebody she used to mess with. And they're talking about Howard still like, yo, Burke is so obsessed with Howard. Yeah, I found out he was undercover, whatever. And yeah, the girl wants to stay and she doesn't want to get hurt. So they get it on, right? All right, now Marv, they at the dinner table and Marv is trying to, just kind of soften up to get a little closer to Juke. He's like, yeah, I haven't seen you in a dress since Easter and all this and that, right? Just trying to chop it up. But she is not having it. She's giving them dirty looks. Your boy Lou is like, yo, pass the mashed potatoes and pass the salt. And Rock is like, yo, what you saying about my mashed potatoes? He's like, I said nothing. I said I needed some salt, right? So she trying to get at him in the whole nine. You know, that's the older sister talking to the younger brother, whatever, right? So meanwhile, Kanan is still upset because his mom is not going to do anything to get Famous out. So Kanan says, yo, Famous got locked up. I'm trying to get him out, and tries to get Lou on his side. And Rock is like, listen, Kanan, we already talked about this. Like, don't even try it. Don't even try to get an assist right now. You know what I'm saying? He's locked up, and it is what it is. His mother's going to have to handle it. So Kanan's like, yo, that's my brother. I can't, you know, he doesn't even appreciate that right now, right? So Famous is locked up. He's rhyming. He's doing little raps or whatever, talking about his Glock and this, that, and the third, right? So he's rapping, and this dude is like, yo, talking to his boy, like, isn't that Famous kid? Whatever, right? So he gets up and he walks over to him. Famous like, yo, you don't want none of this. He's like, yo, you Streets Need a Body, right? That's your song, right? He's like, yeah, that joint is dope, right? It's dope, right? And he think he getting gassed up. He think the dude's going to give him props. And he's like, nah, that joint is trash. I don't listen to that noise, man. In fact, I saw a bunch of your tapes in the garbage, man. Ain't nobody listening to your trash. And everybody started laughing. And Famous is now like, dang, man, you know what I'm saying? That was all Kanan right there. That was Kanan's idea to throw his tapes out, right? And he's locked up. So, yeah, Kanan finally tells Marv, yo, not only did Famous get locked up, but the bag full of money got locked up too, right? He had the bag. We got caught up. Somebody tried to rob us. We got the money back. And Marv was like, are you serious right now? That's the last thing we need right now. Like, yo, man, you need to handle that. Don't even ask me for an assist, man. Like, he's trying to keep it on low and keep it away from Rock. Meanwhile, Rock is talking to Lou. And she's like, hey, listen, you know what I'm saying? Is that true what Unique said, that you purposely missed Warrell? He's like, nah, it's not true. You know, the gun jam. She's like, yo, my subconscious is telling me that, I need to just kind of let you go. Like, you definitely not down with us anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, Crown came to me. He's trying to get you out of the music business because you obviously not good at that either. So you're not good at that and you're not good at this. Like, I might as well just let you go. So Rock is on some like, yo, if your head ain't in the game, then you might as well get out of all the games, the music and everything, right? So, of course, Lou finding out that Crown went behind his back. Now Lou is being pissed off. So first Unique came at him. Now he finds out about Crown. Meanwhile, Marv goes and finds out where Kenya lives in Harlem. So he goes over to the house. He's like, yo, what are you doing back? Why are you back? You left. Now you're trying to come in for a check. And she's like, no, I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to see my daughter. I just want my daughter in my life. He's like, yo, man, when you went out there, you try to be a bootleg Anita Baker. You know what I'm saying? Now you back and you trying to come and get the check. She's like, listen, I'm sorry I left. I'm sorry for everything, but I'm back now. That is my daughter and I want her in my life. He's like, yo, just stay gone. Just be gone, stay gone. Just stay out of her life. All right. Meanwhile, now we're in New Jersey and Unique is there to take over the spot and run the spot. Rock is telling dude that was running it, hey, listen, Nick is going to take over. It is what it is. I know you might have a problem with that, but guess what? Either you're going to be a lieutenant or you can get some other work. And this dude is like, yo, man, he hasn't been around, you know what I'm saying? F Nick. And he's like, yo, man, it is what it is, man. You can find other work someplace else. So he curses him out and the dude walks out. And Rock is like, listen, man, don't put your feet up on the couch, man. You a visitor here, all right? You just visiting. So Rock leaves, and what does he do? He puts his feet on the couch, puts his feet up on the furniture, and lays back. Now we're at the precinct, and we see Kanan there, but the crackhead dude obviously got arrested. So he's looking over at Kanan like he's like, yo, this kid looks familiar. And Kanan sees him and turns his face away, right? Because obviously, like, if you remember that night when Howard got shot, crackhead dude saw Kanan pull that trigger. So they taking, the crackhead dude inside. Meanwhile, Howard comes out with Famous. And yes, Famous has the bag as well. So it's obvious that Kanan gave a call to his daddy. And his daddy got Famous out and got the bag full of everything. It's like, yeah, I did hard time. And Howard is like, man, hard time? You was in a holding cell. You ain't do no hard time. Meanwhile, we see the crackhead still looking at Kanan and now Howard. It's like, yo. So Famous is like, listen, man, everything's there. Thanks to your boy. Thanks to your man's right here. Everything is there. So he's like, yo, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Right? Kanan saying thanks a lot. So Howard is like, listen, let me holler at you for a second. Let me talk to you. Right? So he pulls him over to the side. you know, Famous is talking to some other girls or whatever. And Burke rolls up and sees Kanan talking to Howard. Right. So again, she eventually gonna put two and two together. Howard gives Kanan this piece of paper. He's like, what's that? That's probably some answer to some questions that you may still have about what's going down. And he says, listen, I'm treading lightly because this is still the beginning of me and you. But when you're supposed to meet up with me, I expect you to be there. Right. I expect you to be there. You can't be letting me wait for you, to come. So, of course, Kanan had a crazy day. He's like, dang, my bad. I'm sorry. He apologizes to Howard or whatever. He's like, yeah, whatever. So I was looking at Famous talking to these girls. And he's like, yo, by the way, your boy's a clown, man. Your boy is a clown, man. Like, why you hanging with this cat? You know what I'm saying? And he's like, yo, that's just Famous. That's just who he is. You know what I mean? Like, he's just that dude. But that's his brother, and that's how he rocks. So your boy Lou goes to the studio and he talks to Crown, and he's like, yo, Crown, you went behind my back. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you something. I wasn't going to get at you because you was hitting my girlfriend at the time, because I wasn't going to let some girl get in the way of business. But now you went behind my back and you talking to Rock. And he's like, yo, Crown is talking all types of mess, talking all greasy, man. You just going to be Rock's little brother at all times. You can't do this without me. Can't do nothing without me, right? So your boy Lou turns around, and yeah, we see the pressure. We see that steam coming out of his ears, his eyes and everything. And the boy turns around and knocks Crown on his ass, breaks the coffee table inside the studio. And your boy Lou grabs one of the cords from the machine. And yes, he proceeds to choke your boy Crown out. I mean, he's going in. They are going back and forth. Like, this was the longest assassination, I would say, of everything. I cut it short just for y'all, right? See, your boy strangles him out, drops him on the floor. R.I.P. Crown. Crown is gone, right? Crown is gone. He picks him up. Who shows up? Ziza. And she's like, all right, well, what we going to do with him now? Right? What we going to do with him now? So Lou turns around with that angry Scarface. Lou is back. He's in the game. And that is the end of the episode. So yeah, fam, definitely a turn up episode 6 for Raising Kanan Power Book 3. Drop your thoughts, drop your theories. Let me know what you thought about this episode, fam. I thought it was a dope episode, and it's only gonna turn up even more, fam. So yes, let's go. Episode 7 and on is gonna be turning up from here. So I appreciate you all for watching. Hey, listen, fam, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button. Do me another favor. Hit that like button. And let's keep this thing going. Definitely, I appreciate your love and your support and everything that you guys are doing here with us at VACAY-JTV. All right, fam. So, yes, if you like this video, you thought this video was great, definitely check out this next one right here. And until next time, salute.